No, I'm not. I'm not actually sat doing nothing. I'm thinking. I'm trying to think like what I charged for my first ever tattoo and whether it were a good idea or not. And do you know something? I didn't charge anything. I just did the tattoo just free of charge. And looking back, was that right decision? And is that what I advise people to do? You know, just like do loads of free tattoos just to get your name out there, doing the basic stuff. And it's like, is that a good thing or not? And quite a few people's asked me this question, Ben, or how much did you charge when you first started? And I'm not even talking about when I was in a shop, because you've got to charge, you've got overheads and stuff like that. But typically, I didn't learn in the shop, I was self-taught. So I just started tattooing my mates, family, and I didn't charge any of them. But I also know quite a few artists that have been on my course. Obviously, I've trained thousands of people how to tattoo. Hundreds have then gone on to open their own shops. Quite a lot of them have had masses of success after they've opened that shop. But what's my recommendations when it comes to like charging? For me, I didn't charge. Looking back, I think that was wrong choice to do. It's not the advice that I would give to anybody else. I didn't charge. You've got to set like boundaries straight away, especially as you're going through your career. So set them boundaries and them intentions from day one. You've got a skill, whether that's a mediocre one or a higher one. A lot of people think, right, I'm just going to do it for free. And it's a really good marketing tool as long as it's part of a plan to then start charging. But I think it's massively important to start with good intention. I'll tell you why. Because everybody wants to be a friend. Honestly, the amount of people that you would never know, you start tattooing them, and then they want the discounts. Oh, how much to me? But you've got rent to pay, bills to pay, family to support. And I used to try and explain to people, I used to say, look, how often am I going to pass you in the street and just walk up to you, just randomly, said, do you mind giving me a couple of £100? It's just never going to happen, is it? But giving the discounts, essentially that's what you're doing. So let's say you charge £500 for a session, but you're doing it at mates rates. You've known them quite a while. Oh, I'll do it to you for, it's usually 500, but for you, 300. You just give that person £200, just randomly. How many times have you passed them in the street and just walked up to them and said, oh, do you mind giving me £200? And it's weird how it works, because when you look at it like that, it is actually stupid, isn't it? Nobody would do that. And it's never on the other foot. Totally understand. So I have got some friends, it's like a favour for a favourite. It's like a genuine value exchange. I'm giving them something, a tattoo, but they've got something that I need, and we exchange the two. Fair trade. I've also done some value exchanges with people where it's not been fair. But you live and you learn, you move past it, you get on and you get over it, and you outshine these people. But I genuinely think if I were to go right back to day one, I would have charged more at the very beginning. But because I was just doing it on friends and family, I didn't charge for the first few. I think that was totally wrong of me, because it's setting the expectations from your own side, like your own mentality, but also the people that you're doing it. Nobody values something when it's given to them for free. And that's just like the way that we work as humans. A prime example of this is I used to offer a free 30-day tattoo training. Now, don't get me wrong, a very small percentage of people would sign up and really value that like free course. But the realistic numbers, we were getting on some days over 1,000 people a day join. 7% of those people would complete lesson one. 7%. That is pathetic numbers, isn't it? From those 7% just that would start, it actually worked out again at 7%. So 7% of the 7% would then go through the 30 days, get all the value from it, and then continue on to my full course. 7% of 7%. Now we actually charge for that. It's more than 30 days now. We've added a load of extra stuff to increase the value, but there is a small cost to it now. Here's what we've found. Almost 100% of the people, now there's a cost associated to it, purchase the course, start the course, and complete the course. That's mind-boggling to me, because it's essentially the same stuff. I mean, we've added to it, we've improved it loads, but essentially it's still this is going to teach you all the basics. Do you want it for completely free? Nobody'd do it. Or do you want it at a cost? And those that purchased followed along like religiously and got the results. The same applies to business. The same applies to any product. Think about it. Whenever you've been downloading free like materials online, it might be something that you signed up to. You might have got an email. If it's free, you all jump on, you want it, but then you never use it. Or you read it and you've got a different perceived value of it because it was free, so you think it's low quality. Might have been a really good product. If you'd paid £100 for it, you would have valued that product. So it's starting with the right intentions, and I think it's really important. So if you're just opening a shop, if you're just starting out and you think, right, what am I going to do? Shall I do a load for free? I don't actually mind that, as long as there's a time window and a reason behind it and it's part of a plan. If you haven't got a plan to do that and you're just thinking, oh, I'm going to do a load for free and charge cheap and there's no structure to it, I think it's completely wrong. And I think that this is a really important topic, so that's why I wanted to talk about it today. I've dedicated a video to it because I think for my audience, either you're a tattoo artist already or you're learning how to tattoo, this is quite an important topic really. What should you be charging when you first start? Hopefully I've answered that. These videos that we're doing, obviously we've got the fancy stuff, we've got the highly edited stuff, we've got the teaching stuff, but I've put a full series now of videos where it's just me talking about just general stuff, my experience, my knowledge that I can pass to you, answering questions that we've been getting sent in. But it's not like the other videos. I'm just chilling at the minute. I might be just chilling on sofa, I might be out on a walk. But whenever I've got the free time to do it, I'm going to be putting these together and hopefully you guys can respond to it. There's going to be tons of different topics. So let me know what you think to this style, whether you find it useful, whether you think, fucking hell, Ben, just shut up. Add it into comments. I'll probably ignore you and just do it anyway. But if you've got any ideas or you think, Ben, can you talk about this? I've been thinking about it, can't find answers. Ben, what's your thoughts on this? That's absolutely fine. We always read the comments. And if there's quite a few people asking for the same thing, we're gonna make a video on it. Our aim for this channel is to obviously provide the information, provide the teachings, and provide my experience to help you in any way possible. So if we can do that by just sharing my experiences and what I've done right, what I've done wrong, then obviously we'll do so. But on that note, thank you, have a good evening, and I'll see you in the next one.